In today's video, I will tell you speak fluently and without Hestations.
This is called a FCR. This is another additional technique to stimulate your brain into fascinatingly to think about your question into three different words. F stands for findings. Findings is about the questions. I gave you the questions like that, is 18 years age truly reflect you to get the voting system in Pakistan or not? You have got that. The eligibility criteria has been designated. So these are findings in these questions. So when you look at the questions, so finding is something, what is the most peculiarities in the questions basically has been explained over here. So you can look at that. The question itself, what, in the sense of what. But the findings, which is talking about that. The question will be given to you that, do you think, is it the responsibility of the government to help poverty and poor people, or is it the responsibility of the rich people of the community to help them? So, and these are finding actually that where to spend money by the poor, by rich people or by the government. So you have to find the findings. The question is talking about some particular ideas as findings. It should be mentioned in the conversations. And C actually stands for conclusion. There is any correlations between these two words. Findings is talking about a particular problem, and conclusion is the why the problem exists. This is a problem-solving technique, particularly under very serious circumstances when examiner will ask you why people do this attitude when they're with their friends. So they'd like to find the findings of attitude and conclude why this attitude is being demonstrated. So you have to look at the conclusion. This is one of the most strongest reason. This may be the second most important reason, or maybe I'll be able to explain the most peculiar cause of that problem. You actually use this kind of template to explain your problems or your why problem exists here. And R stands for recommendations. A recommendation is kind of a solutions, is a remedial measures, any kind of resolutions, how to solve this. For example, I'll be giving questions to you, which is quite popular in most of the questions. I just extracted that. Examiner asked that the traffic congestion is one of the most eminent problem in the big cities of metropolitan cities, and he asked you that if we prefer to go for public vehicle transportation system, it may in fact reduce traffic congestions on the roads. And in your point of view, what will be the most suitable solution? Because in section 3, examiner will be more interactive with you. He will ask a type of questions about resolutions, some solutions, some kind of remedial measures, some kind of solutions which will be more applicable here. So you can be able to explain by help of recommendations. In my point of view, I never thought about that situations before, but I believe it. It's a kind of a perplexing or confusing situations, but I presumably believe that I'm using these kind of sentences. Basically, these sentences have been organized to buy a time from your examiner. You are giving a message to your examiner that you're still speaking, but you're still buying a time to discuss the main topic of the discussion. That is very important for lexical resources and your grammatical constructions. I'll explain you all these kind of template sentences today, and we'll practice it more here. So these are two strategies which I like to ask students to practice with them whenever you're given a task 3 of the long conversations. So brainstorming is an eloquent and very fabulous way of getting a very precise answer. And this technique actually has a dual advantage. I'm using the word dual advantage. Number one, that it in fact fascinatingly stimulates your brain to think about a lot of ideas. And a good student is the one that who always be irrational of thinking. I'll ask them, there should not be any limitations of thinking. You must actually give freedom to your brain to think in any aspect, any perspective, any opinion. You must have an ability to think that. And what happens in your conversations, you can actually just create a live zone and systematically and strategic discussion of your conversation. First, you'll discuss about the problem which you are talking about that, and then the causes of the problem, of reasons of the problem, what I need to think about that. And if you are really interested to resolve that, as these are my few recommendations. Number one, and I preferably to say that I will suggest you, I will advise you, I will probably give you an idea to preferably do that. So you use set type of sentences to express your opinion. So today's my lecture is telling you that how to use the best templates to make your language will be more glossy, more cosmetic, and will be more presentable to impress your examiner for your speaking module. Okay, so the first we'll do that. Okay, so give them some exercises, and I have